I'm about to reveal one of the most effective yet underutilized ways to engage and sell your audience. And this isn't some email trick or retargeting technique. You see, it's something so much more powerful. Hi, my name is Chad Nicely, and before I show you that live demonstration, I want to ask you a few questions. Now, do you know the best way to find out what your audience wants to buy? Well, the answer is rather simple. You ask. And do you want to know how to raise your prices in your business? You just need to ask. And do you want to know the best products and services to sell your peeps? You guessed it, you ask. And do you want to know how to market your prospects without fail? Then you just need to ask. You see, too many people make the horrible mistake of pretending to know how to market their audience. And this is why they struggle in their business. But you see, we take the opposite approach, and we always ask. And when you deploy this method effectively, well, you're communicating to your potential buyers that number one, you care about them and their business, and number two, you run your business in a controlled and organized fashion. And the best part, now you're armed with information that can give you a 10 times ROI in your business. And you know what kind of products and services to provide to your prospects. You know exactly how to build out those prospects. You know what e-commerce products you need to be selling to your customers. And you know who is willing to spend money versus who's a freebie seeker. Now, this is a strategy that we use consistently in our business. And to say that we've received a 10 times ROI would definitely be an understatement. And because of this one strategy, we were able to build a platform that has done over $1 million in sales. So have you guessed what this is? Yep, it's a survey. However, we're doing things quite a bit different than what you're used to. From the creator that brought you the world's greatest membership platform, I introduce to you Survey, the world's greatest survey platform. But wait, because it's so much more than just that. I know, another bold statement, right? But hang in there because I'm going to prove that to you. Now, what if I told you with Survey, you're able to produce 3 different survey types from one question bank? You have the long form application, a web type survey, and we have our site survey. And there's no extra work. They're just there waiting for you. And what if I told you we have smart technology built in that would qualify your prospects for you? So this way, you would only be spending your time on the prospects that are going to make you the most profits in your business. So imagine the possibilities, because you see, before this technology, I had to pay staff members to determine the qualified individuals versus the prospects that were a waste of time and money. And because of this technology today, I don't have to pay those staff members anymore. It's all done for me, and it's very accurate. Now, what if I told you that you're able to deploy a smart intelligence with Survey, meaning you're able to segment your prospects based on how they answer your questions? For instance, if we were to ask the question, do you have money to invest in your business? And they have 2 choices. A is yes, and B is no. And let's just choose A and say that they answered yes. Well, based on that answer, we're then able to ask the question, how much money do you have to invest in your business? But not only that, I'm able to take automatic actions for my qualified applicants instead of waiting for a manual approval from my staff. So by engaging with the leads when they are hot, I was able to quadruple the profits in my business. And you see, that's the key. Now, speaking of actions, I'm about to blow your mind. Because once you have a qualified prospect, well, you may need to actually talk to them further. So the best action you can take is to have an applicant make an appointment with you. And this is where you're able to sell products for high dollar. And we sell products for $5K, $10K, $20K, even higher. Products and services, digital programs, coaching services, masterminds, the list goes on and on. But what if you could take your qualified leads from your surveys and your applications and allow them to schedule an appointment with you. Something that's never been done before in an all-inclusive platform. So, quick recap. With a click of a mouse, you're able to create 3 different survey types at once, including an application, a web survey, and our site survey. You're then able to assign points based on how they answer their questions. You're able to qualify and disqualify your prospects based on their answers. You're then able to take actions based on their response, such as deploying a pop-up message, redirecting to another URL, sending them to an opt-in form, or now you can send them to a page where they can schedule an appointment with you. It's crazy, right? So we just replaced 4 different tools: your standard survey tool, your appointment forms, your personal appointment calendars, and the appointment software. And the best part is, check this out, we're integrated with the Google Calendar tool. So you can easily set a universal availability for all of your appointments, or you can set up specific times for each appointment. Automatic notifications are sent out for all of your appointments, and we've integrated with my new favorite platform, which is Zoom, as well as GoToMeeting, which means all you have to do is click the link at the specified time and your applicant will do the same thing. But guess what? It gets even better. Because what if I told you that we also had a series of widgets that you could deploy on all of your pages and your sites? So we have survey widgets, application widgets, exit intent light boxes, time pop-ups, linked applications, and so much more. But perhaps the best feature of all, something that no other tool offers, is the wide variety of data and statistics that's available to you. So with Survey, you're able to see how all of your applicants responded as a whole. And this tells you what the masses are saying, allowing you to make the necessary changes to your business. But you're also able to see how each respondent answered individually. And you're able to collect their contact information, separate your qualified applicants from your disqualified applicants, view all of their answers in one place, export out all of their data, track their IPs, and so much more. Are you starting to see how powerful all of this is? However, there's one reason why we wanted to create this tool. You see, it's very important to have all of your statistics in one place. Let me explain. You see, it starts with the impression, and then we have the submission, and then we need to know, out of the submissions, which ones were qualified, out of the ones that were qualified, how many of them made the appointments, and then out of the ones that made the appointments, how many of them actually showed up for the appointment. You see, we have a complete snapshot which is taking place in the back end. So speaking of the back end, everybody's so focused on the front end today, right? We see a new page builder being built every 5 minutes, funnel builders launched once a week, WordPress plugins, SaaS platforms, you get the idea. However, nobody provided us the solution we need, so we built it ourselves. And now you see why we are calling this the world's greatest survey platform. And if you know anything about our flagship platforms, you know this is the last survey appointment platform you'll ever need. And we'll keep developing it out day after day with the goal of having an entire sales pipeline in the back end. Amazing, right? So what I want to do is show you exactly how amazing this actual platform is. We're going to set up our surveys, set up our appointments, link it all together, show you the statistics, and the big takeaway, I want to show you how stupid simple this platform really is, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so you see I'm over here on the login page of Survey. Now, this is not a plugin, it's not a script, there's nothing you have to do. You just need to know your username and your password, and we're gonna go ahead and log in. And so now you see I'm over here on my dashboard. Over here on the left side, we have the surveys. So you can see that I've had 49 surveys that have been submitted, and out of the ones that have been submitted, 8 were qualified. And over here on the right side, these are my appointments. So you see that I've had 4 appointments. Now, the way the survey is set up, we have different modules. So we have the survey module, and then we have the appointment module. Now, if you just want to have surveys and applications, you want to use that by itself, you can, or you can use the appointment module by itself. But this system's smart enough to know that as soon as you link a survey or an application to an appointment, then we have what's called a linked campaign. I'll show you that here in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my survey module and show you what this looks like. So now you can see that here is my survey dashboard. And so I've had 739 views to my surveys. Out of that, I've had 81 people that have responded. Out of the 81 that responded, I had 72 that were qualified. That gives me an internal score of 31.83. And then if I scroll down here, you can see here are all of my surveys and applications. Now, what this program is going to do is actually going to make you 3 different surveys and applications at once. So if we look at the San Diego Mastermind application, you'll see that I've got 3 different links. So I'm going to go ahead and open those up for you. So we'll go ahead and copy this link, and we'll open this tab, and then we'll come over to this link, and we'll open this tab, and we'll come over here to one more link, and we'll grab this bad boy, and we'll open this one up. And now let's come over here to the first tab. And you see that we have our application. So I've got a video here. I could have a button below the video. There's lots of things that you can do here. And then I can go through and fill out my application. Next, we have what's called a site survey. So you see that I have this beautiful Las Vegas design here. And this is all completely customized. I'll show you how we do that here in just a minute. And then we have what's called a web survey. So the web survey scrolls right to left, and you see that we have this completion bar down here at the bottom, and these surveys are all created at once. Now, I've got a full-blown demo down below this video, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but what I am going to do is kind of show you how this works. So if I edit this survey or application right here, you see that there are 5 simple steps. And so this is our questionnaire right here. And so all you're going to do is just click a button here. We can ask a question. Do you like survey? And then we have yes. And then we have no. And we're going to go ahead and click Save Changes. And now it's been added down here at the bottom. Do you like survey? That's how fast this software is. And then what we're going to do next, we can come over here to order our survey. Now, what this is going to do is this shows me that it's created 3 different surveys and applications. We have application survey, site survey, and the web survey. Now what I can do is I can move the order around. So if I want this up at the top, I can do that, but obviously it would make more sense for my contact information to be up there. And then we can come over here and site survey, and we can do the same exact thing. I can completely move the order around for each survey. That makes them very, very unique. Next, we come over here to add customization. And so with this, what I'm able to do is I'm able to put in a title. I'm able to put in a description just like you see. If I want to put in a video here, I could do that. If I want to put in a footer, if I'm like running this on Facebook or something like that, I could do all of these things just by clicking on these little actions here. And I can come over here to Site Survey, and I could go ahead and go into the editor for this and watch this magic. So you see that we have this beautiful image in the background, and what I can do is I can come over here to my predefined colors, and I can just go ahead and change out these colors if I want, or I can stick with the image, and then I can come over here and I can actually upload a brand new image if I want to. So I'll say, let's go ahead and use this one right here, and I'll say add background image. And now you see that we have this beautiful background image. Then I can come over here and I could just go ahead and change out the colors, right? Okay, really cool stuff that you're able to do with your surveys, and we get you set up as fast as we possibly can. There's no tinkering or anything else. So once you're done customizing your survey, we'll come back in here to the dashboard. I'm just gonna skip over here to step number 5. And now you see that we have 3 links that are all set up, ready to go. And then down here at the bottom, we've got these really cool widgets that you can place on all your WordPress sites, your landing pages, your sales pages, your webinar sign-up pages, everywhere else. And what those little widgets are gonna do is it's gonna open up your survey inside of a lightbox. Now, let me show you how the statistics work. So I'm gonna come back over here to the survey dashboard, and let's just go over here to the San Diego Mastermind here. I've got dummy data in there for the purpose of this video. I'm gonna come over here to statistics, and you can see that I've got a snapshot of all my statistics for all 3 types, but we'll also break down the statistics for each type as well. So you can just click on these and see the statistics for that specific type. And then down here, it shows which ones are qualified versus which ones are disqualified. And so if I scroll down here, I can see how everybody answered as a group. But what's cool about surveys, we can also come over here and see the individual responses and see how we're able to come over here and let's see this data right here.
We're able to see all of my answers. I'm also able to see the date it was created, the IP address, the score, and if they're qualified or disqualified. Now, let me show you what it means to be qualified or disqualified. So if we come back in here to the survey that I just showed you, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to edit that existing survey. Now, what we need to have on our questionnaire is one question that's going to serve as a disqualifier. So for instance, let's just say that I only want to work with people in the United States. So if they say, yes, I do, they're qualified. If they say, no, I'm international, they're disqualified. So I'm going to click this button here. I'm going to say enable qualification criteria. I'm going to say set criteria. If they say, no, I'm international, let's go ahead and disqualify them. I'm going to save the changes. Now, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and continue to the next step. And so now you see that we have this advanced actions button. I'm going to go ahead and click this here. And now you see that if somebody is qualified, I can send them to a custom URL, or I can send them to an appointment page or a default page. I can also do the same exact thing for the disqualified individual as well. And that's how the system will qualify and disqualify your leads for you. It's all pretty easy. But now let's come over here to the appointment module, and I'll show you how this works. So here you see that I have my appointment dashboard. I've had 270 views. Out of the 270 views, I've had 15 bookings, gave me a 2.15 score. Here are the individual appointments down below. Here's the date it was created, the number of views, number of bookings. Here's the score for each appointment. Now what I can do is I can come over here and I can click on View Bookings. And what this will show me is this will show me all the bookings that I've had inside my system. So I have open and I have completed. So you can see all of these calls here were completed. But when it's time to set up an appointment, it's actually very, very easy. So I'm going to show you how we have an appointment already. So I'll go ahead and edit this existing appointment. So all I need to do is come up with a name, a description, meeting instructions. So we can either meet them at our office, at their office, they can call us, we can call them, or we can meet on Zoom or GoToMeeting. I type my instructions here, and then I'm going to come over here to step number 2. I can go ahead and choose the appointment length, the number of attendees, the start date, the end date. So I can come down here and I can go ahead and set a specific availability for this one appointment. So maybe I'm just available from Monday to 12 p.m. That's good. But what would be better is if you just use the availability that's inside your default settings. So that way you have the same availability for all of your appointments, and then it's tied to the Google Calendar. So I'm gonna go ahead and click save. It's gonna take me to the next page. So I have my pre-appointment buffer before the appointment, post-appointment buffer after, and if I want them to book a certain time in advance, I can go ahead and set that. Or if I want to limit how far in advance somebody can book, and then I can make myself look busy over here. So if I have like 30 slots available and I want to seem important, I can come over here and say, only give me like 4 slots that are available. If I click this here, it's going to allow for changes. If I come over here to next, this is the required fields that I am asking for. And then I can come over here and I can go ahead and set up reminders. So I can set up specific reminders. So I can say, okay, notify the customer a day before the appointment, add a reminder, boom, it's done. But what's even better is just to use the reminders inside the default settings. Go ahead and click save. And now we have the ability to customize our appointment. So if we want, we can add a logo to the appointment. We can pull in our profile picture. We can go ahead and show related appointments. So these will show at the bottom of my appointments. I can go ahead and display icons. So I have Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn that's inside of my profile. I can enable a video, and then I can go ahead and put in a redirect after they submit the appointment. If I come over here to publish and share, you'll see that here are my links to my appointments. I can go ahead and iframe it. And then down below, here are the widgets that I can go ahead and display on my blog, sales pages, landing page, webinar pages, pretty much every single page you have. And so if we come over here to the dashboard, I'll show you what this appointment looks like. So we'll go ahead and view the strategy session with Chad Nicely, and you see there it is right here. So I have my calendar over here. I got my title, my description. I got a video in there. I've got my other appointments down below. And if I come over here, I can go ahead and select on these here, and we can find some available dates. There it is right there. I click it, and then they can go ahead and make an appointment, and then they will be redirected after the appointment. Now, since we linked the appointment to our application, what this is now what we call a linked campaign. So the system is smart enough to know that you have linked campaigns, and so now you have all your stats: number of views, number of responses. Out of the responses, people are qualified. Out of the ones that are qualified, how many people made bookings. Here is your overall score. We've also got video tutorials here to help you. We've got a knowledge base here, and we have an amazing Facebook group. So now you have a pretty good idea just how powerful this system really is.
What did I tell you? Pretty phenomenal, right? And the good news is we're opening up the lifetime founder pricing for Survey for a certain number of days, and then Survey will go to a monthly SaaS model. So for a limited time, you'll get to pick up the Survey platform for a one-time price of just $297. And remember, you're backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll over the slide, and I want to make sure you understand exactly what you're getting with the Survey platform so that you can make an informed decision, and I'll be back in a minute. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I encourage you to go through the rest of the page. Keep us posted with your success, and when you're ready, just click that button, and I'll see you on the inside. Take care.